versus Liverpool.
Two bitter rivals, two of the best attacking players, arguably on the planet right now. This is going to be some occasion on Sunday, isn't it, Darren?
You hope so. I mean, listen, as you said there, we've got Salah, Ronaldo, two good teams going at it. Probably one, maybe slightly a better place than the other. But listen, it's Liverpool versus Manchester United, arguably the best rivalry in world football, and something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. In the past, Ian, this fixture in particular, it's always failed, I suppose, to spark into life. But this one feels a little bit different.
Yeah, I think so. You have to take into consideration Mo Salah's scintillating form. The fact that Ronaldo's playing, you can never write off Manchester United, as we've seen since he's been there. And down the years, you know you can't ever write Manchester United off. But I just feel that Liverpool might be in a better place. But what we've seen with Man United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is every time that they are up against it, in respect of pressure, they seem to pull out a result. And they do have Cristiano Ronaldo, who's somebody who's very much the guy who can do that for you if you're struggling.
You're suppressing that laugh because that man just keeps on doing it on the biggest stage. You spoke about Mohamed Salah. Interestingly, he's been speaking publicly today. He says he wants to spend the rest of his career at Liverpool. The onus now, of course, is on the football club and owners FSG to try and make that happen. As for Cristiano Ronaldo, we saw him midweek, made for the Champions League. He always performs on the biggest stage. He certainly made a huge impact on his return to Old Trafford, and he's been speaking to Steve Bauer. Hunger is clearly there for all to see. That, you know, him against Virgil van Dijk seems like a mouth-watering contest. For me, there seems to be almost an inevitability that he will have a say as to the outcome on Sunday. But you're not quite so confident, though, are you, Darren?
No, listen, I think he's arguably one of the greatest goal scorers we've ever seen. And of course, it's a big match, big moments. But I just think in this scenario, the way Liverpool play at the minute, Virgil van Dijk, arguably the best centre-half in the world, I think, yeah, of course he'll be there involved in a game. We might have opportunities, but I just feel that Liverpool will be able to marshal him and keep him a lot quiet, I think.
I just think that we're dealing with arguably one of the greatest clutch players that I've seen in my time. You know, when it comes down to it, and we know he's 36, yes, but I believe that he'll know about Virgil van Dijk and how they'll defend against him. But the fact is that that's what he can do. He'll sniff it out. But Virgil van Dijk can't do much about a goalkeeper maybe making a mistake, him running onto stuff. And if he gets in those positions like that, he'll score. He will score because he knows how to pull out that goal in that big game. You know, so I do kind of agree with you to a certain extent that he will have some form of say, because you can't see a Cristiano Ronaldo going into a game and think that nothing's going to happen. You feel like something might happen.
He's wasted very little time in making an impact on his second spell in the Premier League. I mean, you look at the goals he's contributed, and already he's averaging a goal just over a game. Did you expect anything else, though, Ian?
No, I didn't expect him to be like he's been, because like the Premier League is tough, and for like he said, it's a lot quicker. You know, he's got to save his legs. So what he will do, instead of running around and doing what he used to do, is he'll make sure that his experience puts him in places where he can then be as potent as he can. He'll save his legs to get into a position where he can be taking that half chance.
I thought you said shave his legs. You said save his legs.
Save them.
No, there might be no truth in that. But in terms of his arrival, has it made life slightly difficult for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in terms of United out of possession?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, as I said, in terms of the press, it's difficult because, as he said there, he knows he can't do the same things he's done before. But certainly when you look at some of these videos here, in terms of how much space you got, they're so easy to play against in terms of the two holders are so far apart. We're not protecting anybody. I mean, you've got your two holders there that are like 50 yards apart. It's criminal in some aspects as well. And plus, Pogba's not a holder. So I know he's having to play there alongside Matic or McTominay or Fred, but that's not where he wants to be. He doesn't sense danger. And even this one here, I mean, for me, this one here is criminal, because when they're all pressing individually, there's no kind of cohesion at all. It's not a unit. Like, one will go, then Ronaldo will go, then Fernandes is going when he doesn't need to go. And look, they're not even playing at a quick tempo, Leicester. They're passing it around. He's not cutting off angles. He's not making it hard for them to play. It's just kind of like in ones and twos. And as I said, Leicester are a very good side. But if you do this against Liverpool, I promise you, they will punish you every single time. If you don't protect the back four, or you don't press as a unit, they will find a way out. And when you've got the likes of Mane, Salah, Firmino, whoever they play, as I said, they will punish you every single time. And it could be, again, another struggle of a first half for Manchester United if they try and press in this way.
Ian, he's still looking, isn't he, Solskjaer, for that right combination in the middle too?
Yeah, but you say he's looking for that right combination, but we've known for a few years the kind of defensive midfielder that Man United have needed, and they haven't bought that midfielder yet. And you look at even that situation there again, so easy to get through the holding players. The holding players are too far in advance of the ball as it's being played through, and it's so easy to get through them. They need a player that does that. That's what he does, a Kante or a Fernandinho, somebody who plays that role. Not somebody they're trying to make into that role, somebody who plays it so as they can then, with the players that they've got, get control of a game with this player and then start passing and using the Pogbas, Greenwood, Ronaldo, Sancho, all this Rashford, all these players they've got are not able to get into the game because Man United don't control games.
When you look at someone like Pogba as well, because he's an offensive player and he's always looking for that forward pass or that forward motion, he doesn't sense danger. So he might have the possession, but he won't be thinking that, well, if he loses the ball there, where's my position that I can maybe intercept it or affect it so they don't break on us. He's just looking for the next pass. I can't really blame him for that because, as I said, he's being asked to play there.
That's his game.
But he doesn't want to play there. He's not a holder. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't sense danger. When he plays for France, that is why he's such a top player. He's got Kante doing his work for him so he can go on and do his stuff. But
that's what they need, Darren. They need players like Pogba, Bruno Fernandes. They need a team to be playing towards their strengths.
Yeah.
You need people around them to do that work for them. So you get the ball, give it to them, and then they will do that. They'll destroy you.
Well, the big question is, of course, which Manchester United will we get? Will it be the one that were losing 2-0 at half-time against Atalanta, or the one that somehow managed to claw out a 3-2 victory? That would be one of the questions, no doubt, for their manager to mull over in the build-up to the game on Sunday. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
A performance needs to consist of 90 plus minutes of attacking and defending, and definitely when you play against a team at the level of Liverpool at the moment, they're on a great run of form, some individual skills that you cannot almost defend against. But as a team, we have to be compact, we have to be aggressive, we have to go out there and give every single drop of nous, knowledge, strong mindset, physical energy. It's gonna take everything to get results against the best teams in Europe and the world, and Liverpool are one of them at the moment.
Righty, you're not agreeing with something there?
Well, listening to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and watching those clips, he's talking about having to be compact. I've never seen Man United compact. I haven't seen them compact. Never. So I don't know what's going to happen, what's going to change. All of a sudden, in a week or so, they're going to be compact in a few days. It's going to be interesting to see what happens because sometimes you just listen to him speak and I don't know what he's on about.
Now, considering the narrative surrounding both these managers, now you might find this interesting. The game against Leicester for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with his 105th Premier League game in charge. How does it compare with Klopp's first 105 games in charge? They've won exactly the same amount of games. They're almost neck and neck as they go right through to game 105, which is simply incredible to think that obviously Solskjaer and the pressure he's under is so much more than Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp. Talking of which, let's hear from the Liverpool boss now.
United-Liverpool is a massive game, obviously, we know that. I think Man United is not overly happy with the results they got so far, but we all know that they are able to do incredible stuff. So that's how it is, and we saw it already. We try to focus mainly on ourselves. We prepare them for a football team, and that's a really good football team they have. And that's it. And it's an away game as well for us, so it's a home game for them. So that's what we do. I prepare the team for a tough game against a really good opponent. So I don't prepare them now like for 3-4 days for Man United and Battle of Britain and all these kind of things that we are long enough together that we all know the importance of this game.
Unbeaten in 18 in the Premier League going into the fixture at Old Trafford. Unbeaten in 11 on the road. Are they clear favourites for you for this one?
Yeah, they are. And looking at the Jurgen Klopp and Solskjaer games, and they're the same. Jurgen Klopp's got a Premier League and a Champions League. You know,
but both are trophyless after the first 105 games.
Yeah, but it doesn't make no difference to me. It's what he's done now in respect of what he's done now with the team he's got. And look at the team that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's got. They should be doing better than they're doing. They should be. They should have signed that midfield player so as they can control games, because the players they've got are fantastic.
Yeah.
What I will say is that of a kind of graphic in terms of them both going forward, I think it was a clear identity in terms of what Klopp was trying to do.
Yeah.
Whereas you look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think there's a little bit of luck involved, and certainly now he's had more than enough opportunities, in my opinion, to have won something, a trophy. And that's right, he's saying there, Jurgen Klopp's got Champions League, Premier League on his CV, so I can't see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doing that in the next couple of years. I really can't.
How can you make a case for United coming out on top on Sunday?
It's very tough because, like Darren rightly said, I don't know what system they're going to play. We don't know how they're going to play. We know that Liverpool will press them. We know that Liverpool will play out from the back. We know that they'll have, whether it's Trent Alexander or whoever it's going to be, or it's going to be Andy Robertson. We know that the three up front are going to be very, very sharp and moving around. We know that Mo Salah's on great form.
Yeah, that's a question.
We know all these things, but with Man United, we don't know. We know that they've got great players. We've got Greenwood scoring a great goal like he did the other day. But then you look at that midfield and the fact that the pivots all over the place. How are you going to play against Liverpool like that?
It's not going to be a 0-0, this, is it?
No way. No way.
But as right saying there, you could pick Liverpool's 1 to 11. Now, Manchester United, I have no idea what team he's going to pick or what system he's going to play, so it's going to be difficult.
So many questions ahead of the big one on Sunday. We'll get the answers, of course, in a little over 48 hours' time. My thanks to Darren. Thanks to Ian as well. Hope you've enjoyed it.